The Chupacabra, Spanish for goat sucker, is a legendary creature in the folklore parts of the Americas, with its first purported sightings reported in Puerto Rico. The name comes from the animal's reported habit of attacking and drinking the blood of livestock including goats, hence the name goat sucker. Physical descriptions of the creature vary. It is purportedly a heavy creature, the size of a small bear, with a row of spines reaching from the neck to the base of the tail. Eyewitness sightings have been claimed in Puerto Rico, and have since been reported as far north as Maine, and as far south as Chile, and even been spotted outside the Americas in countries like Russia and the Philippines, but many of the reports have been disregarded as uncorroborated or lacking evidence. Sightings in northern Mexico and the southern United States have been verified as canines, afflicted by mange. According to biologists and wildlife management officials, the Chupacabra is an urban legend. The first reported attack eventually attributed to the creatures occurred on March 1995 in Puerto Rico. 8 sheep were discovered dead, each with 3 puncture wounds in the chest area and reportedly completely drained of blood. A few months later, in August, an eyewitness, Madeleine Tolentino, reported seeing the creature in the Puerto Rico town of Canavans, when as many as 150 farm animals and pets were reportedly killed. In 1975, similar killings were committed by a satanic cult. Later more killings were reported around the island and many farm reported loss of animal life. Each of the animals was reported to have had its body bled dry through a series of small circular incisions. Puerto Rico comedian and entrepreneur Silverio Perez are credited with coining the term chupacabras soon after the first incidents were reported in the press. Shortly after the first reported incidents in Puerto Rico, other animal deaths were reported in other countries such as Dominican Republic, Argentina, Bolivia, Chile, Colombia, Honduras, El Salvador, Nicaragua, Panama, Peru, Brazil, United States, and Mexico. In October and December 2018, there came many reports of chupacabras suspects in Manipur, India. Many domestic animals and poultry were killed in a suspicious manner as chupacabra does. Many people said that they had seen the species chupacabras with their eyes. However, forensic experts opined that there was no any aspect of chupacabra but street dogs were responsible for the mass killing of domestic animals and poultry after studying the remnant of a corpse. A 5-year investigation by Benjamin Radford, documented in his 2011 book, Tracking the Chupacabra, concluded that the description is given by the original eyewitness in Puerto Rico, Madeleine Tolentino, was based on the creature still in the 1995 science fiction horror film Species. The alien creature still is nearly identical to Tolentino's Chupacabra eyewitness account, and she had seen the movie before her report. It was a creature that looked like the Chupacabra, with spines on its back and all. The resemblance to the Chupacabra was really impressive, Tolentino reported. Radford revealed that Tolentino believed that the creature and events she saw in Species were happening in reality in Puerto Rico at the time, and therefore conclude that the most important Chupacabra description cannot be trusted. This, Radford believes, seriously undermines the credibility of the Chupacabra as a real animal. In October 2010, University of Michigan biologist Barry O'Connor concluded that all the Chupacabra reports in the United States were simply coyotes infected with the parasite Sarcops scabies, whose symptoms would explain most of the features of the Chupacabra. They would be left with little fur, thickened skin, and rank odor. O'Connor theorized that the attacks on goats occurred because these animals are greatly weakened, they're going to have a hard time hunting. So they may be forced into attacking livestock because it's easier than running down a rabbit or deer. The most common description of the Chupacabra is that of a reptile-like creature, said to have a leathery or scaly greenish-gray skin and sharp spines or quills running down its back. It is said to be approximately 3 to 4 feet high and stands and hops in a fashion similar to that of a kangaroo. Another common description of the Chupacabra is of a strange breed of a wild dog. This form is mostly hairless and has pronounced spinal ridge. Unusually pronounced eye sockets, fangs, and claws. Unlike conventional predators, The chupacabra is said to drain all the animal's blood and sometimes organs, usually through 3 holes in the shape of a downwards pointing triangle or through 1 or 2 holes.